Have you guys ever just woke up and like, I don't want to go to work today? Hey guys, so today is, I always start my videos with today, but today is Monday. I did record yesterday and I did upload it today. I'm trying to really get on it because if I don't push myself, then I end up not doing it. So today's is going to be a random, I guess it's always like random rambling, but I'm going to do a little chit chat today about have my son here. I don't know if you guys have watched my videos before. I bring my son with me to work. They don't have school this week, but it's too much to leave all three of my kids with my mom, so she can only watch my daughter and the baby for now. So hopefully they do end up going back to school on I think they're supposed to go back in January for their for their district, but I mean, we're just going with the flow right now, and he does well coming with me, so he's here. So let's see, what can we talk about today? What do I want to talk about today? Some randomness, some randomness. I think I mentioned yesterday about breastfeeding. So I kind of want to talk about that, I guess. That's something that, I mean, not that I get made fun of per se, but people are like, or have told me like, man, you really waited a long time to take away breastfeeding from your middle child. And I did wait a long time. It's actually, he was 4 when I took it away. And I was actually going through a separation when I ended up taking away the breast from him. What pushed me to take it away, what pushed me from taking it away from him more, it's like he started going to preschool, and it was just, he was my baby at the time, so I was just like, no, like, he's still little, but I really dragged it out with him. I don't feel guilty, I don't feel weird or anything about it. I feel like, each mom knows when to take it away. It's your choice. Some women feel like they don't want to breastfeed, and hey, it is what it is, and it's whatever you want to do. I fortunately produced a lot of breast milk. I don't think necessarily it has anything to do with having big breasts or small breasts. I have friends who have smaller breasts and they produce a lot of milk. If like not this, it's like the same as I was producing actually, and they're still breastfeeding. Like the particular coworker that I'm referring to, she still breastfeeds, and I think her son is a little bit older than my son, so he's like, I think he's a few months older. But point being that, I mean, it's your choice, and don't let anybody tell you, oh, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. I still breastfeed my baby. He's 1 year and 4 months, and I love breastfeeding him. It's like, it's my little alone time with him, and I feel like it bonds us. And it's funny because he actually, when he sees his dad, he's like, oh, daddy, and like he hugs him and like he lays on his shoulder and stuff. But he sees me and he's like, oh, mom, Cece, like that's what he wants when he sees me, which I don't mind. It's like such a short time, I feel like, and especially if he does end up not breastfeeding as long, it's like the best bonding time when I'm with him. He, will be breastfeeding. He'll look up at me and he does his little smiles, like he just kind of smiles with his little eyes, and he just seems so content, when he's breastfeeding. And like with my daughter, I actually breastfed her for 1 year, and she stopped on her own. Actually, it was like so random. I don't know if this is like normal or not, but it was just like a random night after she turned 1. I don't even remember exactly how old she was, but I know it was after she had turned 1. I didn't breastfeed her like up till, she was born in January, and I did not breastfeed her up until February. And I just remember that one night I went to breastfeed her, and she was like, she just didn't want to. And with both my my daughter and my son, I actually breastfed them and I gave them formula as well. I did both, so they both took a bottle. And with the little one now, he never took to a bottle ever. I tried everything, guys. I tried so many bottles. I purchased, like, on Amazon, I purchased all of them. There's even this like crazy one that's like glass, and it does look really different to like a typical bottle that you see nowadays. I tried it out, it did not work. It was just a waste of money, I guess, to try, but I had to do it because I was only on maternity leave for 4 months, I believe. Yeah, I had him in July and I went back to work, and I think this week is actually a year that I've been back at work. So he was about 4 months when I went back. And it was really hard going back because I actually had to go to and from work on my lunches. And I also pumped at work, and I would pump twice a day because I would become so engorged that I remember, man, guys, I used to pump, I think tops every session. That was like maybe about, I only did like 30 minutes. So I did an hour of pumping, but I did 30 and 30. I split it up twice a day. And I would do like 24 ounces a session. And that was like sometimes. Other times I would have more. It just depends on like how much he ate, either the morning before work or the night before I did go to work. So it just depends on your body. Now my milk production is I feel like it's low. I do not pump anymore, guys. I don't pump, so I can't tell you, oh, this is how much I'm producing a day. I actually he eats food now. I give him everything now. He's at that age where, and us Latinas, I don't know if this is like normal, but in our household and in our family, like, once the baby can eat, it's like, oh, my mom was like, oh, ya le puedes dar like tortillas con frijol and, things like that. My mom is she would make like las tortillas hechas a mano. They're corn tortillas. I'm Guatemalan, and we don't typically eat flour tortillas, and if we do, it's like a certain type of food. I think they're called, oh my gosh, what are they called? They're called churrascos, I believe. They're like flour. Yeah, it's like flour tortilla with like, it's kind of like a burrito, but not a burrito because it's like that thick kind of tortilla, the thick flour tortilla. So that's like what we use. And then also, what else would she make? She would just make, well, my mom would make she taught me how to make it. Now, do I do it very often? Not really. Very rarely do I make homemade tortillas de maíz, okay? But I actually have to go back to work in a few minutes. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I totally went off topic. Point being that he eats food, right? He eats food, and I still breastfeed, and he is, I don't have any plans on stopping anytime soon. I feel like he's gonna know on his own when he doesn't want to anymore. He is the baby. He is the baby right now, so and we're actually, I think that's it. I think we're pretty much done. If we do end up having another baby, it's not for a little while. I really want to enjoy just him being the little one right now, and it's just he's great, and I don't think he's stopping anytime soon, guys. I really don't think he's stopping because he loves breastfeeding. He was waking up before, like once a night to feed. He actually stopped that. So that was like one of the main concerns. I was like, man, maybe he's going to want to breastfeed like a few times a night. But no, he does very well. He's not 2 yet. So I'm assuming around 2 years old is kind of like when I'll know how his real sleep schedule is. Right now, it kind of changes because sometimes he goes to bed by like 9 p.m. That's just what our schedule is right now, guys. And he wakes up, he was waking up around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And I would just, grab him from his crib and put him in bed with me at that point. And then he'll sleep with me until the morning. And then, he's up. He usually wakes up like by the time I leave to work. But he, last night and the night before, he actually woke up the night before. It was actually the morning, right? So Sunday, he got up at 5. it was like 5:10 or so. And he got up at that time, and then that's when I put him in bed. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. He actually slept very well. And then this morning, because he didn't wake up last night, guys, he woke up at 6:10. So it's funny. It was like 6:09 when I looked at the clock. And that's at the time that he got up. And then that's when I put him in bed with us. So, yeah, he slept pretty well. And he only breastfeeds for like a few minutes, and then he just passes out again. So I don't know. I feel like breastfeeding is going well. I produce enough, I believe. I can hear him. Like, I could hear him drinking, because I know people are like, oh, maybe you're not producing. Maybe he's just kind of used to being on there and suckling. But no, he's drinking. And if he breastfeeds for 30 minutes, he is drinking that whole 30 minutes. And he actually, I don't know if this is weird, guys, or not, but every child of mine, when I breastfeed, I don't do just one, right? So within those 30 minutes, he's like, left, right, left, right. Like, he's back and forth, like, he gets a little sip here, a little sip there, and, until he's satisfied. And he lets me know when he's satisfied. So it's not like he's just on there. Like, and I tell him, like, okay, that's enough. No, he actually stops and looks at me and he goes, with his little head. So he knows when he's done. So yeah, I just feel like it's okay to just go as long as, they want to. I don't know. I guess there is times that kids are like a lot older and they still breastfeed, but I don't know. Like with my daughter, she stopped on her own. With my son, he was 4, so he was going to preschool. And plus, I was just kind of done breastfeeding, but it was only like hard for the first few weeks that he was like, Mom, and I was like, no, you're already too old. And, he was okay with it. And then it was funny because he would joke around and be like, Mom, like, sometimes like I want to breastfeed, but then like I can't, huh? I can't anymore, huh? And I was like, no, you can't. So, yeah. So it was a little hard with him in a way, because I was like, oh my gosh, my last baby. But point being that just do you, and don't let nobody make you feel any type of way, when you're being a mom and when you're doing things your way. There's no manual that says, hey, this is how to be a mom and like here's your guidelines. Like, no, it's whatever feels right. Bájale, papi. It's like whatever feels right to you, and you're gonna do your best, and that's fine. And sometimes you're gonna feel like you're not doing things right, and live and learn, guys, because trust me, sometimes I feel like, am I doing something wrong? And it's hard, but you just learn. Like, I do things differently from my daughter to my middle till now. Things have changed. So it's just, you just kind of have to go with your gut and, do the best you can. And nobody's perfect, and everybody's going to make mistakes. And don't let nobody make you feel like you're not enough, because you are enough, and you should feel like you are enough. Just try your best, and just sometimes you just got to laugh and be like, oh, well, that was a fail, but hey, you know what? Keep going. And trust me, my oldest is 9. My middle child is 8. It was hard with both of them. It was like twins for a while, both in diapers. And then now I have like a baby and starting like all over basically. But my kids are great. I love my kids, and they're just so different. Each one is different. It's funny. I should talk about each one of them. They're so different. Their characters are different, but I'm already getting off topic. So point being that breastfeeding is great. If you're struggling with it, no worries. Actually, with him, I struggled at first. I was actually about to give up. I was like, this is not working out. And I saw like a lactation specialist, and they helped me out, and it was amazing after that. There was no pain. There was a lot of milk production. So it just, and I also know people that have issues with it and they are not able to produce. And hey, like, whatever it is, don't let nobody tell you you have to breastfeed. You don't have to breastfeed, it's your option. It's like your choice to do it or not. I did save a lot of money on having to buy formula, but it was a big pain with pumping and working, and especially if you're a full-time mom and you also have a baby and you need to pump and you need to do be ready every day. Thank God I work not that far from my house, so I am able to travel back and forth, or I did when I needed to, and that was great. But sometimes it's not something that you can do, so it's a struggle sometimes. But yeah, guys, that is my ramble for today. Topic is breastfeeding. It's your choice. Don't let nobody tell you when you're supposed to stop. Don't let nobody tell you you have to do it. It's up to you. And yeah, that's it. Let's see what we talk about tomorrow. I gotta go back to work. Bye bye.